Joe here from XFoxGames. Check it out. We got the Adventure Force TriggerFire. Again, done by Busby Toys. Adventure Fire is kind of a conglomerate, right, of a lot of different companies. But this one is crazy. I've never seen anything like this with this kind of firing mechanism. Gonna correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I haven't seen anything like this. And, you know, when I first seen a review on this, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is just gonna kill your wrists. And it hurts after a while if you do a lot of them, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So, anyways, if you guys haven't already, come on, definitely subscribe. Make sure you guys get in on the giveaways. Definitely check out our Etsy store for a lot of our, XFKO stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out. Again, thank you to everybody who has purchased anything from us. I mean, it has been a ride. But let's just hop right in. So, Adventure Force TriggerFire. Again, it is a unique blaster nonetheless. So let's take a look at the box. Right at the front, I mean, boom, look at it. The colors look great. I really like that purple, green, and kind of, I don't know if that's like a fuchsia, but the purple and green looks really, really good. Again, there's not a lot that comes with this thing, right? You got a bunch of the Adventure Force darts. You got, of course, the big drum as well as the small little kind of scope up there, and it's just ready to go. So there's not a lot of kind of frills and gimmicks when it comes to this, right? It's just ready to go kind of out of the box. Now, one of the things about this blaster that I kind of noticed is, the drum mechanism here. For me, I was messing around with this piece right up here, kind of that front piece, and I was like clicking it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get that out. And it's a little difficult once it's in there. I had to kind of use a little pry tool here to pry it out and pop that all the way back. So just be careful when you first get this. It is meant to come out, but not that easy, right? There have been other blasters that have mechanisms kind of in the back here where you just pop it and the whole thing just drops right out, which is awesome. But on this one, it's a little bit tougher. So don't be like me and don't push that in before you actually put the drum. It's a little bit of a chore. But still, the drum looks really cool. Again, it's this huge like fuchsia. Again, I don't know the color. It's like it looks really, really good. I mean, someone again put in the time on this particular blaster. And again, it holds 30 darts, which to me, 30 darts is well over enough. Whether it is an electronic blaster, whether it's a pump assisted, whatever, it's still, I think it looks awesome. It does also have kind of this little, what you want, kind of like a mini scope up there. So I mean, well, okay, that mini scope, I'm gonna step back here and say, you know what, that mini scope is actually pretty legit. It doesn't. The color of it looks good, but it also doesn't, it's not too godly, right? It's not like huge or overkill. It's actually a nice looking small little scope. Now, it does use kind of the Adventure Force kind of tack rails, so keep that in mind. These do not fit on your normal Nerf rails. They will, but it's really, really loose, and it's probably going to fall off. Now, on the front, you would like to believe that this is also a tack rail here, but unfortunately, I'll pull it up, it's not. It is just I don't even know. It's supposed to look like a tack rail, but it's just way too huge. It's like 3 times the size, 3 times the width as a normal tack rail. So just keep that. I wanted to put this a little, up here like this. But yeah, you can see it ain't going to fit. The only way to do it is in the back there. So, hey, nonetheless. Now, the trigger itself, so this is where this thing is kind of unique, right? The trigger itself, again, it's kind of like this pull mechanism. You pull it, and boom, it shoots. And here's the thing, is, I was able to shoot 2 or 3 or 4 drums pretty quick, and my wrists were getting a little fatigued. The quicker you do it, sure, but I feel like a lot of, blaster battles, you're shooting, stopping, running, shooting. You're never really ripping off 30 in a row, at least, I don't, typically, but it still has that capability. So, the quicker that you can pull like this, the faster this thing is going to shoot. But let's take a look at this thing up close. We should have done that originally, right? So let's take a look at this thing up close. Again, look at that. Not bad. Adventure Force always does a kind of a good texture on their blasters, and they kind of keep it subtle. They don't go overboard with rivets and gimmicks and weird stuff. They kind of keep it just just plain with a little bit of aesthetic, which is great. That is nothing to complain about. Now, here's the thing. Let's get right to this, right? A lot of you guys want to see me shoot this thing, so let's hop right into the backyard. Now, I'm about 25 feet away from this box. And, when it comes to shooting speed, yeah, you're going to get a whole whopping about 50 to 55 FPS. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter how hard you pull that trigger, right? You can pull it slow, and about 80% of the way back on the pull, it's gonna fire, and it is the same thing. So I thought if you pull it super hard, you might get 60, but no, it's just the whole mechanism is the same, the whole spring power and everything. So I was getting consistently about 51 to 52 FPS, which is great. I prefer consistency over distance sometimes because now you can accurately know where your darts, right, are gonna go. And it's fast for you to pull the trigger. I mean, look at that. They're coming out of there, right? Just pull, and it's gonna shoot. But again, I get it. The wrist action, you know, even for a smaller nerfer, I think this should be okay. Maybe a drum or two, your wrist might be feeling it, but still, you should have no problem being able to shoot this particular blaster, you know, a drum or two. Now, with this particular blaster, when you see me here, it also comes with it comes with 30 of the distance darts, right? Which primarily are not my favorite. I typically will shoot, again, some of the other, you know, more popular darts out on the market, but hey, they give you 30. 30 is 30 darts, which is awesome. So there you go. I mean, you guys see me shooting the thing. It isn't too bad. Again, just make sure you build up your wrist before you're doing this. But again, I mean, look at this. Oh man, it's a loud blaster. I'm gonna give you that. It's loud, and again, now I can kind of feel that in my wrist. But still, it is cool and unique. I kind of like that. But still, the colors absolutely rock. I just wanted to do a quick review on this again because I know a lot of you guys will see this out on your shelves, definitely out at Walmart. And you know, you might think, wow, I wonder how that thing does. You know, TriggerFire. You know, what is that all about? You can see again, kind of what it's like to pull that trigger and see the performance out of it. 51 FPS. Not too bad. The trigger mechanism and the pull mechanism, definitely something I've never seen. But still, I mean, it's unique. And it can definitely get the job done if you want to put a lot of rounds, you know, downstream and you guys have, say, a mechanical-only blaster game. But there you go, guys. That is my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments. Yeah. Thanks again, Fox fans.